You see, trackpad, mouse will not work. Right here is the pointer, it won't move at all. Also the keyboard won't work. If you select caps lock here, you'll notice that nothing, it won't do anything. Stay until the end, so I'm gonna tell you the next step, because this little guy needs to be configured for it to work properly. So guys, welcome back to iFixTech. Today I have a MacBook. This time it's a MacBook Air, but the problem and the process to troubleshoot will be the same for MacBook Air or MacBook Pro. So pretty much when you turn it on, we will hear the chime. So we hear the chime, but here's the thing. You see, trackpad, mouse will not work. Right here is the pointer, it won't move at all. Also the keyboard won't work. If you select caps lock here, you'll notice that nothing, it won't do anything. We have trackpad and also keyboard that are not working. So for this issue, you will think that probably the keyboard and trackpad fails, but I have other video where I troubleshoot and fix the MacBook for the same issue, but the problem might be not always the same. So most cases what happens is that people spill stuff. Sometimes that stuff, whatever they spill, will get on the trackpad, and the trackpad will prevent the keyboard from work. That's one scenario. In that scenario, what you can do is just remove the trackpad, clean it up, and see if it works. I have again a few videos where I do that process. What I don't think that the problem is keyboard or the trackpad, because it's not very likely that your MacBook, like two different components that connect separately, fail just at the same time. So it's most likely that something is preventing your keyboard or the trackpad from working. What we're gonna do today is try to troubleshoot that. Again, most common cases or a scenario when this happens is when people spill stuff, no matter where on the computer. Mostly it could be on the trackpad, but also could be on one little sensor that MacBooks has, and is the lead angle sensor. This is the another spot where sometimes whatever liquid get in the computer will prevent your keyboard and your trackpad from work. That's what we're gonna troubleshoot today. Remember to shut down the computer, turn it off by pressing the Touch ID. Always disconnect cables, and here you will have the 4 screws, and normally those 4 screws that I have already removed are pentalobe. You're gonna use the pentalobe 5 screws and remove those screws. Okay, you will use a suction cup to help you open the back cover. You should be able to hear those mechanisms disengaging, and then you will use a black stick. You will insert that black stick through the bent antenna gap in the front. Do not insert your black tool under, the back cover. If you do that, you may damage some components. So do it on the back, and then just you will pry open your cover just like this. Should be able to open the computer really easy. Here we have a MacBook. Okay, I flip it just to make it more comfortable. First thing you're gonna do on your MacBook, this is, remember, a MacBook Air. If your problem is on a MacBook Pro, I have some video also showing that. Process is similar, but the part will be on a different spot. First thing we're gonna do is, before we continue, if you find any value in this video, go ahead, subscribe, join. We're doing a lot of video for our community. Don't forget to leave your like. This will really help us to get to more people. Share to anybody that you think that have to see this video. Also, if my video helped you and you would like to show your appreciation, you can send a super thanks via YouTube. This helps us continue making more videos. Disconnect or remove the screws for the cowling. This is for the batteries. You're gonna remove using a T3. Remove the 2 screws, remove the cowlings, and then disconnect the battery. Why you do that? You should always disconnect the battery. Don't have any power source connected to your laptop when you're working on it. Also, make sure you use ESD protection to avoid any other damage on your computer. When we open it, it's always good to give an inspection and see if maybe something liquid may have spilled. You should be able to see. Sometimes it's really hard to see. When there is no liquid damage on the computer, maybe it's the lead angle sensor that just fails. So this lead angle sensor is this guy right here. Okay, just as a reference, I'm gonna show you because I'm working on a MacBook Air, right? This is a MacBook Pro. On MacBook Pros also same problem happens. I fix this problem all the time, and this is the lead angle sensor on MacBook Pros. Just I'm showing you in case what you have is a MacBook Pro. This is your lead angle sensor. On MacBook Air, it's this little guy right here. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna remove again using a T3 the 2 screws, all the cowling for the lead angle sensor. Remove the 2 screws, remove the cowling, and this little guy here is your lead angle sensor, the connection. What we're gonna do here is also remove the clutch cover. This is the one that pretty much is a cover for the hinges, and this one you can use something to help you get it out. Once you remove that screw, that little black screw, you should be able to just take it out of the place. Good idea is also use one of those magnetic maps that will help you have your screws organized. I'm gonna just transfer my screws from my mat to this magnetic one. That will help you a lot. Like it's gonna prevent a lot of headaches on this if one of these little screw drops. Your screw. This is your lead angle sensor. What I'm gonna do now is just disconnect it. Why I go first to the lead angle sensor? Because I don't see any liquid damage like really visible. To see that probably is on the trackpad or something like that. This lead angle sensor, what it does is tell when the screen is open or is closed. If it fails, let's say if it's blocked by something is spilled and it's blocking this sensor, pretty much your MacBook won't be able to tell when the lid of the computer is closed or open, like when your screen is like on this position or in this position. And you know when you close your MacBook, so remember your keyboard and trackpad pretty much are disabled. So if your lead angle sensor is not working properly, your computer doesn't know when it's open or closed, and might be just disabling the keyboard and the trackpad. So what we're gonna do right now is just disconnect it from now just to test, and turn on your MacBook. Let's connect the battery. And when you disconnect the battery on a MacBook, once you connect it back, it won't work just like that. You need to put power on it for work. So what I'm gonna do right now is just connect the cable. Okay, computer is on. So connect. I'm using my Anker Prime charger. It's really nice. I do love it. Anker did a really nice job on it. You have 3 different USB-C and it will charge your device really fast. It's 40 watts. So thanks to Anker to giving us this little guy. Okay, so now as you can see, your trackpad is working. Let's try the keyboard. If I press any key, you see now we will move. So it's really good, means it's working. If I press caps lock, good, it's on, which means it's working properly. Now your keyboard and trackpad are working again. So again, here I have a new lead angle sensor. So pretty much what this guy does is tell when the screen is open and closed. I already said that. So what happened is sometimes the sensor itself may get damaged. Sometimes it might be just blocked with dust, stuff like that. So try cleaning it first. Use isopropyl alcohol, let it dry, and then just install it again and see if it works. If it doesn't work, so most of the time what I see is that they spill stuff and it just get damaged. So just disconnect it, get a new lead angle sensor, and that should fix your problem. Also, if you don't have one and you have your computer to just kind of work, you can just disconnect it, remove it, and you can leave it out for a while until you get a new one. But remember, some functions of your computer will not work properly, but the laptop itself will be at least usable. So I'm gonna remove that lead angle sensor, the old one, and install a new one. Stay until the end, so I'm gonna tell you the next step, because this little guy needs to be configured for it to work properly. So remember, always shut down the computer before you do anything. Unplug the charger, just same process we did before. Let's shut it down. Let's connect the battery one more time, and let's remove this little guy. Remove the battery. This is our lead angle sensor. Okay, to remove lead angle sensor on MacBook Air, remember, just disconnect it, and then this is kind of tape. It is tape to be attached to this subboard here, to the audio board, and then here, as you can see, is a screw. You're gonna remove that little screw, and the lead angle sensor should be out. Okay, the screw on the lead angle sensor, this one is a little tricky, especially on MacBook Airs. Is a little tricky. I believe it's a T2, and for that we're gonna be using also the help of our friends from iFixit toolkit set is really nice. Pretty much you will have all the necessary tools and necessary bits to work on any MacBook. Doesn't matter if it's Air or MacBook Pro, so you will have there all the bits necessary to work on your MacBooks. In this case, I'm using a T2 to remove that little screw, and be careful, screws right here. This is the only angle sensor. Let's give it a good inspection and see if we see anything suspicious. So probably you won't be able to see it, but it's easy for me to see that liquid got on this MacBook. So that lead angle sensor get or was liquid damage. Maybe if I turn it around, you could probably see a little bit in this area here, the corruption. Yep, I hope you can see it. Also on this side and the chip here also, it's really easy to see that it was liquid damage here. This is why the lead angle sensor on this one fails. So we just try, if you don't have a new one, try to clean it up, see if it works. If not, just discard it, get a new one and install it. Okay, so what I'm doing now is just putting the screws on that new lead angle sensor. The new one normally will come like with these tapes on the rig that you will use to just attach it to the subboard. Okay, I already removed the two pieces of tapes that comes with the new lead angle sensor. The screw is on and just put it in place the way it was. Connect it, make sure it's properly connected. You should be able to hear kind of a click when you connect it, and make sure it's properly seated too. And this portion here normally under it has a tape. It is what you remove when you got a new one, and that should be like this, right? So make sure it's not like loose, that way it doesn't get damaged later when you put the cover. Okay, we'll install now the cowling, also the screws. This time I'm gonna use a T3, number 1, number 2. After that, what I'm gonna do is just reinstall the clutch cover. If you are working on a MacBook Pro, normally this clutch cover here will have 2 screws, and those 2 screws normally are T5, no T3s. I'm sorry because I'm like looking here, I'm not really looking at the camera. Sometimes I get a little blurry because of the focus. Sorry about that. But you get the idea. At least you get the idea on how to do the work. Now, the funny part, configuring it. So remember to go back, connect your battery. Also, make sure it's properly connected. You should be able to feel when it's properly connected. Make sure it's connected well. If not, later, when you move your MacBook, battery might get disconnected, and guess what? Your battery will not work. Okay, cowling for the battery is installed. Now time to connect the cover. This cover, if you're working on MacBook Airs, might be a little tricky. So if you see here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Those screws should like kind of go in these hooks. Now that I see this cover, also looking at the cover, I'm able to see that something got under here. I see traces of liquid damage also here. So yeah, but we have the lead angle sensor installed. What you're gonna do with this cover is you're gonna put it in place first. Make sure it's flush. Once you know it's flush in the back, you will just push it from the front. Make sure also there is no like bumps here in the back, and you should be able to hear those clicks too. Remember the 4 screws. I would like to apologize because at the time of finishing this video I was not able to record the configuring process. I promise I will make a video on how to do this process. Also I will link that video to this one, but here is an idea. There is two different ways of do that. I believe there is more, but the two that I know are that you want to make sure that you are on the latest version of Mac OS. By the time I'm recording this, it should be Mac OS 26.0. You will access the diagnosis screen by pressing and holding down the power button if you have an Apple M chip, or by pressing the D if you have an Intel base. Make sure the laptop is connected to the Wi-Fi, and if you follow the prompt, it should be able to detect that a new part is installed to your laptop, and if you follow the prompt, it should configure itself. This process is relatively new and Apple is still like on a testing phase, so have in mind that you may have some issues by running this. I really hope that this video have given you an idea on how to troubleshoot your not working keyboard or trackpad. Really appreciate if you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.